Hello. Welcome to Essential Oils 101. If you are seeing this, then you sent a text 101 to my phone number and you are now receiving the automated 101 class. I am so glad that you are wanting to learn more about essential oils. They have been a total life changer for me and my family, and I love sharing how they've helped us. So I know that they can help you guys too, and I would love to have more of a conversation with you around that. So glad that you're getting this started, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about who I am and how I got into all this. So I am Lindsay. I live in Portland with my husband, very handsome husband, and I have the two most incredible little daughters in the entire world. They are, my whole life. I am a runner. I consider myself an environmentalist, even though I still, make plenty of mistakes in that department. Being a good parent is supremely important to me, and that part of that, I think, is taking good care of my family's health and taking good care of my own health. So all of that is kind of my background. I'm also a former social worker. So I've done a lot of counseling with kids and families and other kind of folks to help them improve their lives. And it's always been my goal to help people improve their lives in any way that they can. A couple of years ago, my youngest daughter was waking up 4 or 5 times at night. She would take maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours to go to sleep, to fall asleep initially at night. And it had to be me doing that the entire time. She is 100% mama's girl. Didn't want daddy to have anything to do with bedtime. And that was fairly unsustainable. So I tried all different kinds of things to help her sleep better until it got to the point that it was sort of consuming me. It would get to be sort of afternoon time, and I had that feeling of like dread in the pit of my stomach, like, oh God, bedtime is coming, and like it's gonna be awful, and I just don't want to deal with it, and it's gonna take up my whole life. Also, she'd wake up multiple times in the night and still take like 30 minutes to an hour to go back to sleep. So I was spending 4 to 5 hours per night just trying to get this kid to sleep. It was not good. Then the dread started moving closer and closer, earlier and earlier in the day. So I'd wake up in the morning and just be like, as soon as I was conscious, I was like filled with stress and anxiety and dread, to the point that it started to affect my relationships. It affected how I felt all of the time. I felt jittery. I felt nauseated. It was bad. And I knew that something needed to change. So a friend of mine, Logan, approached me and said, you should totally try essential oils for this. Like, we use that for bedtime for our kids all the time, and I have no idea how we'd get by without them. And I was like, oh, no. I tried a couple of those oil things from Whole Foods a couple of years ago for something different, and they smelled all right, I guess, but they don't actually work. They don't do things for you. She was like, I swear they really do. And I was like, okay, great. But I was desperate, and so I researched and I researched and I researched and I researched, because that's how I roll. I spent probably hundreds of hours on our first baby registry to figure out exactly which kind of products I was comfortable with, which kinds of cribs were not going to off-gas, making sure I got the organic sheets, and making sure that I got like silicone versus plastic when possible. I'm that mom. I'm the crunchy mom. So oils were kind of, not too far of a stretch for me, but I did not think that they actually worked. However, after researching and hearing tons and tons and tons of success stories from people, I was like, well, they must work for some people, so maybe they'll work for me too. And what's the worst that can happen? My house is gonna smell good. All right, that's not so terrible. Or I can use them for like, cleaning recipes, like DIY cleaners, things like that. So I jumped in and I told myself, if I'm gonna buy this whole starter kit, which is the best way to get started, I'm gonna tell you more about that, I promise. Then I'm gonna make sure that I get my full money's worth. So every time I had any kind of a need, I would think, can I use oils for that? And I would look it up in my little reference guide, and sure enough, the answer was almost always yes. So I started using them for all of the things. I started using them for my daughter's diaper rash. I started using them for her dry, patchy skin. She has really sensitive skin, so we have to be very careful about what we use and what we don't use. And we were already doing this like bath regimen and all of these things for her. This diaper cream that I made, boom, it was gone. Took care of everything. So that was amazing. That was one of my first big aha moments. Using Digest on a tummy ache was also a huge game changer for me. Like, oh wow, I don't get a ton of tummy aches, but like when it happened, it was quick and very effective relief. So I started to believe maybe there really was something to this. As far as the sleep goes, it took us a little while. I tried out a bunch of different blends. I tried single oils. I tried using them topically. I tried using diffusing until I finally found her perfect sleepy blend. And it wasn't instant sleeping through the night for her, but it improved things dramatically. And now she sleeps through the night every time. Like, it's very, very rare for her to wake up. So they definitely changed a huge portion of that. I started using them for myself, for my stress levels, for my confidence, for just all kinds of things. We used them for boo-boos. I put them in my shampoo. I drank thieves tea when my throat was hurting. We used them to boost our overall wellness so that we didn't catch as many of those preschool bugs and bring them home with us. So basically, you name it, we use oils for it at this point. And it has become something that is like the perfect toolbox. Natural, safe, healthy toolbox for so many different issues that come our way. Whether those things are health-based or emotional or sleep or skin or whatever. We use oils for that. And it's so incredibly empowering to feel like, oh, I know how to handle that. I can take care of that. I got this teeny little bottle that can help with that. Can you imagine how that would feel as a mom? To feel like, I got this. I got this under control. I do not have to make a run to Walgreens at 11:30 p.m. because I have a tiny bottle of plant juice that can help me with that. And they work. You have to use them consistently for them to work the best, but they do work. So that's become my mission. I never jumped into this intending to sell anything or become a network marketer in any way. And it still feels weird to me that I kind of am, but how can I not share this? Why would I not want all my friends and people that I know to have better health, to feel empowered, to have this wonderful, effective, natural, safe toolbox in their hands that they can tackle so many issues with? Why would I not want that? So that's my goal. My goal is to empower you, once you get your kit, to tackle so many different issues in your life and to help friends and family with things that they're having and to share the power of these things because it's real. They're great. And once you experience them, you'll get it. So take some time to go through all the posts and the texts in this class. And there were maybe another video, maybe not. Most of them are just going to be quick little text-based things that you can read. But thank you so much for giving your time to this. I promise you won't regret it. And feel free, this is just a one-on-one kind of thing. So just let me know any kind of questions you have and we can chat back and forth.